Bringing creativity into action is what we stand for. Access to appropriate scholastic material for children in the school is one of the strategies to achieve target 4 on a safe, inclusive, and effective learning and teaching environment under Sustainable Development Goal Strategy 4, according to UNESCO. In our news bulletin today, we bring you why John Matata, an aspirant member of parliament for Obongi County, started tackling intervention in schools as one of his political shopping strategy. But why is it using education sector intervention as one of his political entry in Obongi district ahead of 2026 general election? Take a look.
In total, we looked at the whole district and we look at also the parish. I mean the parishes within the district. Currently, Obongi has 28 parishes, the 6 sub-counties within the district. So we said, okay, fine. In each parish, at least we should have 10 beneficiaries, 5 primary and 5 secondary. That makes the total of 280 beneficiaries for this project that I'm doing, and this is both primary and secondary school. So that is in total. And then in terms of like the impact, of course, this is something which seems to be little, and we hope that it will encourage actually pupils to get the scholastic material so that they can go to classes and have some writing materials, and then also relieve the parents of the burden of buying these from the market, where the little money they could use for paying or supporting buying buying uniform, by paying some school fees. So that is what I was thinking, that it could help the parents in that way. Instead of buying this for buying books, now they can use the little money to pay school fees, to buy uniform for their children, and that burden for buying books, I could support them in that. So that's the little I think can support them in terms of the impact, in terms of the help that will go to the parents.
In your own words, you have seen the situations of children not going to school, others are in the school, but the performance is still calling. In your own words, what message do you have for the parents in embracing education in Obongi district?
Thank you very much. Obongi, for quite a number of years now, when you look at the performance of the schools, we are really below par. In terms of when you look at the results of last year, we have very few first grade. Most of the children in second grade, third, and then fourth. For us to have lived the performance in the schools, we need to do a lot. One, we need to look at the factors as I mentioned before, like the responsibilities of the parents, because it's not only the teachers when they're teaching, but the parents have a role to play. Example, like ensuring that when the children are home, they are reading their books, providing those basic necessities at home, the environment for the children to be concentrating, and then also encouraging them to go to the schools, and then the teachers in the school ensuring that they're doing their part in terms of teaching these children. It is not only the teachers alone, but all of us that have even the district leadership. What do we have to ensure that within the district the environment is favorable for these children to study? There are so many other hindering factors. These other, people go to early morning to the what? They go to the fishing. Students who are supposed to go to school are not in school. We are not encouraging them to go to school. We are not encouraging the parents to tell their children to go to school. So we have a role to play. And for me, like a citizen of the country and of the district, I really feel bad. And I've been trying. We need to actually have an ordinance within the district, so that we make sure that any child who is a school-going age is going to school, is enrolled in this program. Good enough, the government of Uganda has given the privilege that we have universal primary education, we have universal secondary education. So that those schools, even if we don't have, you know, something we can only contribute, like what I'm doing now, giving them books, buying uniform, but they're free schools that we can manage, we can send to our children there, and there are teachers who are teaching the same way that the private schools are teaching. So that is what I think we need to do, encouraging children to go to school, having an ordinance within the district local council, I mean the district authorities, so that we make sure every school going child goes to school. So that's something I want all of us to take the responsibility to ensure that we have children enrolled, they are teaching, the teachers are doing their work, the parents are doing their work, and in that way, we will really see that we improve the enrollment, the performance. And then, one thing I'm also thinking as a person is, it's not only that teaching, but we should introduce these children, especially senior 3, senior 4, P7, P6, to constant assessment. They should get used to answering questions.
To really today officially launch the project of MJ, which is mainly to support the parents and then with their children who are in school in terms of scholastic materials like books and pencils. This one is majorly done, reason being that we came and do the research in the community that some of the parents and their children, they were in need of this other, they are lacking, let me say that they are lacking this other scholastic materials, and then it is very hard for them to also sometimes afford this scholastic materials, especially when you go to schools, and even in primary schools these days, number of books they should go with to school is, the number has increased, even from 4 now it is going to 8. Then we are now helping those parents to at least take that opportunity to get these scholastic materials to boost on their education status. So that is the reason we are doing this project, to majorly help the parents who will not help their children in terms of scholastic materials.
To the current one, through our struggle, this is my message to the parents. Let's send our children to school. When there's challenges, let's go to the school. The school is for us. We have PTA, chairpersons, board at the school settings. So it is to address cases of these small PTA funds that are paid at the school. When the parents does not get this money, the parents should go and explain himself to the administration not to keep this child at home. We should avoid sending our children to do fishing during school days. Let children always be in school. I'm also sending this message to our LCs. Let them work hard to ensure that children are not stayed at home. We should not keep children at home. Any parent who is found keeping children at home must be sent for prison, must be answerable. The law must work against that parent. We don't want any child of Obongi, Madisab region, and West Nile at large to stay at home. This time we want to compete with the other regions in Uganda via education. The poverty level is very higher, and this is another way how we can eradicate poverty, through sending our children to school. Jobs are there, are many advice from the government side. There is no qualification. There is nobody who can respond to that application in our district. So this time I'm urging our parents, let's send our children to school. The government is there to support our children when we struggle and supporting them also.